how did we get here? Guys, I'm gonna film you guys this intro from my balcony as I want to flex on you a little bit, but also Dubai is looking fantastic right now. So this video that I'm gonna post is the first video on my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name's Sameem. I'm 22 years old. I live in Dubai and I'm in high-tech sales. I've been in this space for less than a year now, and I've gone from complete beginner and I'm the top closer on one of the most competitive teams in the info space. Just in the last 4.5 months, I've done over $1 million in cash collected alone. And so this video is just gonna be me breaking down my journey, how I've got to where I've got to, what I've done, and yeah, just kind of introduce myself to you guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Less than a year ago, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. No idea. I was dead broke. I just had no idea. I was lost. And fast forward a year, my life has completely changed. To get to where I've gotten to now, we have to kind of go back a little bit in time. Right? I'm 22 years old now. This whole journey of mine started a year ago. But before that, I was your typical kid in high school, on the mischievous side. You know, I used to get in trouble a lot. I was always cheeky. I always used to say, I always had something to say to someone, right? I didn't get good grades. I couldn't see myself going to university, studying, doing all these different things. And so after high school finished, like, I just didn't go to school. I didn't go to university. And I remember being heavily judged by people for that. Like, the people that I went to school with thought that I would be a nobody, thought I'd be living in my mom's basement. And I took that risk. And I more so just took the risk of not wasting my own time because I knew it just wasn't what I wanted to do. And I know so many people, they think, going to university is the answer, right? They think, if you don't know what you want to do in life, go study business. I wouldn't tell anybody to do that, right? If you want to be like a doctor or a lawyer, that's something else. You have to go to university to do that. But if you're lost in life, don't set yourself back and put yourself in debt and then try and find out and then, just waste your own time. Like, I know so many people who've gone to school and just wasted their own time and just wasted years of being able to do something productive. But it's because they don't know what they want to do and they think that's the answer. And so I played soccer. Like, I played soccer growing up. I wanted to be a professional soccer player. I got injured a lot. I was, trying to make it pro, and I never really had the passion to make it. Like, I never really had the passion to play. I more so had the passion to make money, to live the life of a professional footballer, to do whatever I wanted to do, make a lot of money, right? Get all the girls, right? Be that guy, right? And that's the life I envisioned for myself. But soon, when I was 20, 21 years old, I realized, like, that life wasn't going to come to fruition. Like, I just getting injured too much. And I remember, like, thinking to myself in my head, like, I'm fucked. Like, what am I actually going to do if I don't play like soccer? Like, am I going to have to go to school? Am I going to have to go to university? And my mom was, always telling me to go to school, go to university, get educated, all that stuff. And I just didn't. I didn't. And so for like 2 years, I was floating around doing nothing, just like figuring out what I wanted to do. And I was genuinely just did nothing for like, a year and a little bit. When I was 21 years old, my friend who I went to high school with told me that I should get into sales. And then he said high ticket sales. And I was like, what the fuck is high ticket sales? So I went down this rabbit hole of, seeing what the industry is. And I quickly found out, like, I have a gold mine in front of me. Like, if I play my cards right, I have a gold mine, right? So I went down this rabbit hole. And by the way, during this time period, people are not talking to me anymore. Like, my mom is pissed at me. My dad is questioning me. So many people that I went to high school with judged me for the fact that I didn't go to school, right? I just knew that life, that routine of going to work, getting off at 5 p.m., doing that for 5 days a week, then waiting for the weekends to have fun with your friends and doing the exact same thing on Monday. I just knew that wasn't for me. So I wanted something else in my life. And like I said, that's when I got into sales. I kind of went down this rabbit hole of what high ticket sales is. And I quickly found, and there's so many different ways to make money online. Like, there's so many different ways. For me, my personality, the way I am as a human being, like the person I am, I was born to sell. I genuinely think I was born to, like, to be in sales, right? To be good at sales, you have to have some sort of natural level of charisma. You have to be confident in the way you speak. Like, I come from a background of no sales training. Like, I didn't do this NEPQ stuff. I didn't have all these different, courses and mentorships that I applied for. So that's one of the biggest things that's helped me in my career and how I've gotten to where I am now compared to like where I was. And, like I said, my friend was telling me, Sam, do sales. And I was looking for offers. I just couldn't find one. I was like, nobody's going to hire me. Nobody's going to hire me. I have no experience. I have no track record. So I joined this platform called DealFuel, which is a hiring platform, which basically brings offers to you. And so I paid like, $299 US at that time, which was like a lot of the money that I had in my account. Like I had no money, right? So I joined that, and somebody saw something in me, and I got my first offer in DealFuel as an SDR in one of the hardest roles you can get, right? Dialing leads. I was in a team full of 50 SDRs. I'm not going to name the offer because, I'm not going to name it, but if you know, you know, right? And so I started off in the absolute pits of hell, dialing leads, like 4 or 5 month old leads, dialing, trying to set appointments. I was obviously doing appointment setting. And yeah, those first 4 months, crazy, right? Now I was able to go from somebody with no sales experience at 3 months in, being the top performer in a team full of 50 SDRs with absolute zero sales experience. Now, bear in mind, I live in Dubai and I'm calling people in the US. Right now it's 3:08 in the morning. Right, I have a call in 20 minutes. I was dialing leads every single day, no days off, from 5 p.m. to 5, 6 in the morning, just dialing leads. I was getting rejected day after day, right? Some days I would sit at my desk just questioning myself, like, what am I actually doing? And over time, things started to click. And things started to get into motion for me. And in the first month or two, I was able to basically, start to emerge as a top performer in the team, full of like 50, 60 SDRs. And when I made the first amount of money I made online, like it was a genuine, like I just couldn't believe it. I was like, how have I just made money sitting on my desk, like not leaving my house? How have I made money just like that? And it just kind of changed my mindset, right? It changed my whole perspective on things. And I just started to realize like, okay, this shit's actually real. Like this shit's possible. Like if I actually focus, play my cards right, I can make this work. But I didn't think I'd get to where I am now, to be honest with you, right? Like this month, I'm pacing to do over $33,000 US in a single month. Last month I made like 20K. The month before that I made $22,000 US. And so I didn't think I'd get to this point. But the best month I made as an appointment setter was $7,000 USD, which is like $10,000 Australian. And for me, that was a lot of money. Like I was like, holy shit, I've just made $7,000 in a month. Like that's crazy. And so for me, the biggest thing, like I just worked incredibly hard. Like honestly, like, and it wasn't just because I was money hungry. It wasn't like I wanted to make, like, of course money is great, but that wasn't my motivator. My motivator, and this might sound shallow, but my motivator was proving people wrong. Because my whole life, people have had something to say about me. They've had shit to say, and that was my main motivator. That is why I would stay up from 5 p.m. all the way to 6 in the morning dialing leads, because in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, am I going to prove these guys right, or am I going to prove them wrong? And that was my biggest motivator. In sales, you quickly realize if you're made for this or if you're not. Like you either sink or you swim. I saw so many people come and go, and I survived that whole period. And I genuinely, that made my mind so strong, because I don't come from a background of like, getting laid downs every day. I come from a background of dialing people and dialing, getting rejected every single day. Some days, some weeks, not even making a single cent. Right. And that fortified my mind. If I can go through that and make it on the other side, I can go through anything. I have so much confidence and self-belief in myself. Like it's genuinely crazy. And that's the reason I've been so successful. It's because the level of confidence and self-belief I have in myself is ridiculous. Like honestly, I think I can do anything. Anything I want to do in my life, I think I can do it. Right. Maybe I'm delusional, and people will call me delusional, but I always say it's only delusional until you make it a reality. Right. And so that's been my whole life. Like this been this whole last year. So after that first role that I had as an SDR, I soon transitioned to closing. You guys might know this guy, but this guy, shout out Devante Mazan. This guy genuinely did change my life. Like honestly, like, he took me under his wing. He saw some potential in me, and he got me my first closing offer. He got me my first closing role through an offer through DealFuel that I obviously applied for. In that first month as a closer, I made like $4,500. But the month of October 2024 is what really changed like everything for me, right? In terms of financially. I got into an offer, a pretty established offer in the info space, and I did $14,000 commission in my first month, properly closing on a full calendar, and I got top biller straight away. Now, when I look back on these last 5 months of my life, it's incredible. Like, I'm able to go traveling with my boys now. Like I was just in Arizona for a whole month with some of the guys on my team, my good friends now. And we were just living life. 21, 22-year-olds just living an optimal lifestyle. Like I was living in a villa. I'd wake up every morning with the sun. I'd go get some sun in the morning, take calls, finish at 6 p.m., go chill with the boys, get dinner, live a life that was like, I genuinely felt satisfied for the first time. In the last 4.5 months in commission, the money that I've made over $100,000, over $100,000 in the last 4.5 months. Now, people ask me, like, when people message me on Instagram and they ask me, like, Sameem, like, how have you done what you've done? Like, how can I do the same? It's very simple, but it's not easy. If you are trying to get into sales and you are not willing to grind, you are not willing to fucking do dog work, right? For the first part of your career, if you're not willing to do that dirty stuff, sales isn't for you. Like I always tell people, like, if you genuinely want to make money, right, at a young age and live a life that you can see yourself living, right, live a life that's, satisfying and fulfills you, you have to be willing to grind, work hard, right? Put in the hours and actually getting better and doing more volume. It's that simple. I always say, the thing that benefited me the most, like I never thought about money. Like that wasn't the thing that motivated me. Like it wasn't the main driver. I just wanted to be the fucking best. I just wanted to be the best. If I become the best, money is a byproduct. Like money will just follow me if I become the best at what I am and what I do. And that's what I did. Every single thing I've done in my life in this last year, right? Even in my life before that, like I always was so competitive. I just wanted to be the best. And success and money is it just follows. And I don't come from some sales background, some corporate sales background, or I don't come from like incredible sales training or insane sales ability. I think I'm good, of course I'm good, but I'm not I wouldn't say like that's what makes me the best. Like my ability on the phone. Like what makes me the best is my mind. Every single month, firstly, I'm willing to work harder than you. I'm willing to put more hours than you. Right? I sacrifice more than anybody else. Like I just look back on my career, and when I first started like doing those things, doing that work of dialing, getting rejected every day, working till from 5 p.m. to 6 in the morning, which I still do. That is what set me up to be the man and to be how good I am now. It's that simple, and that's why I've been the best wherever I go and wherever I will go. Always made sure that I just did more than everybody else. Get yourself around like-minded people, like people who are on the same path and journey as you. It's probably one of the biggest things I can say. Get yourself around those people, because the people you're around is like actually, how you end up. It's like, I'm a firm believer of that. And the purpose of this video is really just to kind of show you what you can actually achieve if you just focus on one thing and just apply yourself, no distractions. Yeah, definitely stay tuned in the journey. Stay tuned, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.